So Elon Musk just purchased this foldable home for $50,000 that could be assembled in under an hour, and they're taking over the world.
Elon Musk is no stranger to ambitious, boundary-pushing ideas, but his newest venture may be his most startling yet. I think he just found the ultimate sustainable living dream house. He recently unveiled Tesla's tiny house, and since then, it's been trending and making the headlines. I mean, that comes as no surprise, because let me tell you this. This is a housing concept that no one has ever seen. The perfect blend of cutting-edge technology and sustainability. So, let's talk about this new project, its perks, and whether or not you and I can afford to be a part of it. Elon Musk just showed us his plans for Tesla's newest project, a spectacular house created for sustainable living. As usual, this groundbreaking project sends shockwaves throughout the innovation world, mainly because the specs of the house are pretty unreal. The Tesla home is a prefabricated sustainable housing concept created by Elon Musk's company, Tesla. The housing will be equipped with cutting-edge technology and modern facilities. According to Musk, the home will be built with block construction, providing maximum protection from hurricane force winds and other natural disasters. He also mentioned concrete that resists mold growth will be used to offer a thermal-friendly material. The home's outside structure will also include impact-resistant windows and doors to ensure security during natural disasters, and it'll also act as a sound barrier that reduces outside noise by 50%. But for extra protection against natural disasters, the home will use CBS block construction, steel-reinforced monolithic slab foundations, and rain catchment water systems. For the overall exterior design, Musk specified that there would be pavers, an 8-foot garage door, a light textured stucco finish, marble pavers in covered patios, and custom designed pools. All this would be enclosed by a fully fenced yard, lush landscaping, and exterior LED lighting. But wait, the interior promises to be more of a game changer, with designer flooring choices, insulation, and low VOC designer paint colors. The whole house also promises to be more technologically advanced, with both fully wired and wireless technology integrated. I mean, it incorporates power storage systems, EV-ready garages with wireless charging, ProtoNet, AMX, Crestron control systems, Google Nest, smart appliances, and a less than 30 kilowatt solar system. There's also a water furnace, geothermal, free water catchment systems, closed-loop private network, switched ceiling pre-wires, GFI outlets, a home-run wiring system, and wireless alarm systems. This deal here is you don't even have to worry about the electricity bill for all this equipment because the house comes with its energy. It's equipped with solar energy and utilizes renewable energy sources for its appliances. And you'd think it doesn't get better than this, but it does. The rooms in the house are excellent. The kitchen, for one, will be made with custom open kitchen designs, all wood kitchen cabinets, stone countertops, stainless steel appliances, LED lighting, and custom tile backsplashes. The bathrooms will also have their own custom bathroom design, fixtures, flooring, and wall tiles, cabinetry, soaker tubs, frameless mirrors, oversized sinks, elongated toilets, and top-of-line faucets. These insane specs also include heating and cooling systems in the homes, but the best feature overall is that the homes are movable and can be transported in a Tesla car. In summary, Elon Musk has made the perfect house, and from all the specs listed earlier, it's almost impossible to believe this house actually exists, but it does, and it will hit the mainstream market soon. The whole plan for this project began when Elon Musk started clearing out his real estate portfolio. In May 2020, he tweeted that he would own no house and pledged to sell all his real estate portfolio. This decision came after he announced that he wanted to focus more of his efforts on his mission to Mars. At first, no one believed him, and for good reason. Elon Musk's property portfolio is worth about $174 million. So, how was he even going to sell it all? This was the question everyone was asking until he sold his first home, the Bel Air Colonial Mansion, in June 2020. And 5 months later, he moved on to selling Gene Wilder's former home. As if that wasn't enough, by December 2020, he made the sale that shocked everyone. One of the most extensive properties on his portfolio, his 4 Bel Air mansions in Los Angeles, were then sold to Artie Tavangarian. That sale caught everyone's attention. Suddenly, everyone became interested in where Elon Musk lived. The search for his home made it the most Googled celebrity home of 2021, with over 1.3 million searches globally. His home was found to be a $50,000 home that he bought from Boxable called the Casita, and this sustainable home with its unique details was the basis of the entire idea for the Tesla home. The specifications being very alike led to this conclusion being drawn. The houses are manufactured just like any other product you can buy, shipped to your location and quickly set up in an hour. You fold the outer wall to become the floor. From there, the two side walls also become visible. After that, the roof is unfolded and the entire structure is covered. It's a studio apartment in a box designed for 1 or 2 people to live in. And to top it off, it's environmentally friendly and energy efficient. But that's not all. This makeshift house has 5 rooms, including a kitchen, a bathroom, a living room, a bedroom, and a media room. It also comes with air conditioning, heating, a dishwasher, an oven, a refrigerator, a built-in ironing center, a microwave, a washer, and even a dryer. Using this equipment would not skyrocket your electricity bills because the home is also energy efficient, with solar panels providing the electricity. The house's non-degradable nature comes from being built out of steel, concrete, and EPS foam. So, the remarkable similarities in the specs led everyone to conclude that Elon based his idea for a sustainable home on the Boxable Casita he was living in. But that wasn't the case. Elon Musk has been dabbling in the real estate venture for a while now. He previously revealed his intentions to purchase at least 20 additional homes in Porter, Texas. This was because he planned to integrate Tesla's technology into these 20 homes. His swift move into real estate was due to his plan for equipping homes with Tesla's cutting-edge technology and creating tech-infused living spaces. The application of Tesla's technology to homes was the basis behind the idea for Tesla homes. The possibility of achieving sustainable and technologically advanced living through renewable energy solutions and portable buildings drove Elon to embark on his latest project. But before his project became a reality, he collaborated with other housing companies. He partnered with Allet, a real estate company, to integrate more cutting-edge technology into his residential developments. This increased his growing interest in sustainable housing further. However, Elon's innovative idea was not received kindly when he revealed it. The idea that the homes will be fitted with Tesla technology raised questions about the extent of innovation and energy efficiency incorporated into these living spaces. People wondered if including advanced technology in their living spaces would take away the comfort of the overall space. However, Musk clarified that these inclusions could redefine how homes harness energy, thus creating a more eco-friendly living, which is the entire slogan of Musk. And his Boxable Casita home is proof of that. With his endorsement of their product, the market interest in this sustainable housing has skyrocketed. Boxable has overwhelming demand with over 40,000 orders and an even longer wait list. Their homes, the first of many sustainable housing developments, were created to revolutionize the living space. With just a token of $50,000, Boxable offers financing options, connecting aspiring homeowners with financing partners. However, these Boxable homes cannot compare with Tesla homes, mainly because the benefits of sustainable housing that Tesla offers are unlike any of Boxable's. Firstly, because of Musk's deep commitment to preserving the environment, the entire concept of the Tesla home is based on eco-friendliness. So, the carbon emissions that primarily contribute to the escalation of climate change have been eliminated from Tesla homes. The causes of these carbon emissions linked to coal, oil, and gas combustion for energy generation have been eliminated by replacing with clean energy in Tesla homes. It replaces non-renewable energy with renewable energy from sunlight, wind, moving air, and geothermal heat. Another notable benefit of the Tesla home includes Tesla's manufactured equipment. The Tesla Tiny House derives its name from the pivotal feature, the Tesla Powerwall battery. The home is equipped with the Powerwall, a rechargeable lithium battery designed to consume solar energy, reducing reliance on traditional solar panels. Also, the Powerwall can ensure the seamless operation of household appliances because it stores excess solar energy during power outages. So the Powerwall maintains a consistent power supply within the tiny house. Despite the immense benefits, it might be a massive challenge for Tesla homes to take on the mainstream market in sustainable housing. First of all, the competition in the industry is already becoming stiff, with other prefabricated housing companies other than Boxable springing up. Companies like Factory Built Homes, Modwood, Living Homes, Tiny Homes, Contemporary Homes, Modern Homes, and WeHouse have begun saturating the market for prefabricated housing. Secondly, Elon's inventions and projects aren't initially always well received. This is a known occurrence that that has been happening to Musk right from his startup days. An example is from his first startup, Zip2, which was an online business directory that was heavily rejected. The rejection was so bad that no investor was interested in funding the idea, and when the idea was supported much later in 1996, Musk was ousted as the CEO. Another shocking scenario was in 1999 when Musk's new startup, PayPal, was labeled the worst business idea of the year. The company began gaining attention after being rebranded as an online wallet and publicized in 2002. But of all his projects, the infamous Tesla of today had the worst reception. When it first arrived at the automobile scene, many experts stated the company was sure to fail. And true to their words, in 2008, Tesla stock was on the brink of collapsing due to insufficient finances. The company, which is worth billions today, only began picking up around 2012, when the Model S became uber profitable. SpaceX too underwent the Elon Musk curse of lousy reception. In mid-2016, tragedy struck after SpaceX had successfully landed the rockets in succession. The company failed to land 4 of these same rockets in succession, leading to a slowdown in activities and a lousy reception. The acquisition of Twitter, now X, did not go down very well. Musk paid over $44 billion for it, and now it's worth a third of that. So, with these examples, it's only natural to believe that the Tesla home might also not be a well-received project. Residents are not too keen on the idea, so Tesla is still working with local governments to obtain the required permissions and approvals. And because of this lousy reception, Tesla is still working on creating the home supply chain and production process. These constraints are part of the reasons the idea hasn't fully materialized or entered the mainstream market. The idea is still being fully developed into a solid competitor in the sustainable housing industry. But honestly, Elon Musk plans to revolutionize everything about these new projects. The Tesla tiny homes will be the frontrunners of sustainable energy in the environment. All the specs are already pointing towards that, and Musk keeps adding more, including the equipment with solar panels, and the Tesla Powerwall battery to generate and store their energy will also be equipped with a smart home management system that allows people to control their carbon footprints, climate, lighting, and other aspects of the home in all weather conditions. Adding these features has made the Tesla home one to be desired by everyone. The clean, sustainable energy it promises, combined with comfort and luxury, has made everyone very interested in it. Again, Musk's ideas have rippled through the prefabricated housing industry, causing most companies to reevaluate their home designs to minimize environmental harm. However, none of these companies offer these eco-friendly homes for the price that Tesla sells them. The starter price for a boxable home is $50,000, and it gradually increases in modular homes, which sell for $100,000. Passive home starter price is $250,000, and contemporary homes sell for $300,000. The only other company that can compete with the Tesla is tiny homes. The small self-contained home that is typically less than 500 square feet goes for a starting price of about $20,000. It's still no match for the Tesla home, which comes in various sizes ranging from 1,000 to 3,000 square feet. This ample space that makes room for a fully furnished dining area, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, and living space also provides additional amenities like a gym, home office, utility, and entertainment area. Tesla offers all this for the small amount of just $10,000. This means easy access to everyone at a low price. With that, it's very possible for you and I to become the next owner of a Tesla home. And that's something that people residing in Utah are even happier about. The sentiment was shared during a Utah Housing Affordability Summit, where stakeholders convened to address the growing concerns about housing costs in the state. The Utahns are grappling with the high housing costs that make homeownership almost impossible for average workers. To worsen matters, the challenge of finding apartments that consume no more than 30% of their income is like a lottery win in the current housing market of Utah. Governor Spencer Cox repeatedly brought up these concerns, urging cities to increase their housing supply. To tackle this issue even more, the Innovations in Housing Affordability Summit at the University of Utah explored a potential solution: factory-built housing. And the Tesla tiny home is just right for that job. Bob Worsley, the founder of Zenny Home, envisions that building Tesla houses through fast housing, an acronym for factory-built, advanced tech, sustainable, stackable, and transportable, will solve Utah's housing problems quicker. His own company, Zenny Home, cannot fill the housing gap as fast because the modules are smaller and feature less innovative innovative elements, such as beds that rise into the ceiling during the day, like a Murphy bed, to create more space in these small living spaces. However, as the Tesla tiny homes are still developing, other companies across the Mountain West are embracing factory-built housing, setting up innovative factories and rapidly delivering these desperately needed housing units. Their approach involves utilizing steel, automation, and 3D printing technologies to create high-quality homes with minimal waste and pollution. Stack Homes, the current frontrunner, is solving Utah's crisis, employs rolled steel to 3D print the framing of their manufactured homes, including conduit and plumbing access holes. The idea is to break free from the constraints of a tight labor market and weather-dependent building seasons, offering a quicker and more reliable solution. But despite their efforts, the cost-effectiveness of these homes is heavily questioned. Mayors and council members enthusiastic about facilitating innovation are also very cautious about potential pitfalls due to the pricing. The upcoming legislative session in Utah may bring new rules on factory-built homes, aiming to balance innovation and affordability in the housing sector. However, with its features and cost-effective pricing, the Tesla home promises to bridge the housing crisis in Utah. And like Musk's other ventures, this one looks to be successful, with promises of groundbreaking advancements in sustainable homes sector. Musk's accomplishments speak for themselves. In the realm of space exploration, SpaceX leads the industry with ambitious plans like interplanetary exploration. Musk recently announced that the reusable Starship rocket, which made 2 test flights in 2023, might be going on another test mission as soon as February 2024. Also, Artemis 3, the first crewed moon landing using SpaceX's Starship, is now scheduled for September 2026, as stated by NASA. Musk is also making waves in his venture of sustainable transportation, Tesla. The electric vehicles produced to solve the need for safety, accessibility, and environmental sustainability, but not necessarily affordability, have been doing well in the automobile industry. According to sources, Tesla is preparing to roll out a revamped version of its smash hit Model Y from its Shanghai plant. The source promised the vehicle to be a new and improved version of Tesla, with better changes to the interior and exterior of the car. Mass production is also scheduled to start as soon as mid-2024. His most recent venture, Starlink, a foray into global internet connectivity, has been doing well. This network provides high-speed internet services notwithstanding geographical barriers. According to a recent speed test by Ookla, Starlink recorded its fastest download speed in the first quarter of 2022 at 160 megabits per second in Lithuania. Starlink also clocked in at 91 megabits per second in the US, 97 megabits in China, and 124 megabits in Australia. It also became the fastest satellite internet in North America, clocking in a median download speed of 105.91 megabits in Mexico. However, there have been a lot of complaints recently from people not getting these speeds and not even being able to connect at all. These mostly successful ventures are the proven track record that make Musk very important in the innovation world.
Biden's war on American energy has sent prices soaring, and his latest actions will make it catastrophically worse. It's going to be bad at a level that we've never seen. This will be so bad.
If we don't have anything that ties us together, when that day comes, and you know what I mean, when the economic crisis comes, because it's coming, like, what's that going to look like? It's going to be very scary.
Trump issues a chilling proclamation, vowing to thwart any attempts to rig the upcoming presidential election in 2024, echoing fears of electoral manipulation.
Our public obsessions are getting increasingly irrelevant, actually. Increasingly, it's like crazy.
Ton more than that statement of financial condition, and she doesn't know how to get out of it because her politics won't allow her. She calls him a bully. She says he's going to bring out racial slurs. He's going to say things today and taunt her. Well, Miss James, you taunted him. Before you came into office, before you saw one record, one statement of financial condition.
Elon delivers a sobering message, emphasizing the imperative of nurturing the next generation by encouraging childbirth and fostering a new era of human evolution.
And I think that perhaps my biggest advice to leaders, to government leaders, and to the people in general would be to make sure to have children to create the new generation. And I think any incentives that can be done to incent the new generation, to make it easier for women to have children and to support the children, I think would be very wise.
Revelations of corruption within the Biden family emerge, with Hunter Biden allegedly leveraging his father's influence to extract cash, exposing a web of deceit and exploitation.
Bobulinski met with Joe Biden twice, confirmed he was the big guy who called the shots. Joe Biden was for sale. The family desperately needed cash. Hunter shook them down with his dad in the room, got the cash, and then cut Tony out.
Shocking allegations surface implicating the Biden family in dubious Russian energy deals, raising concerns about clandestine dealings and potential national security implications.
It wasn't just China. The Biden family was tangled up with the Russians. We know about the Russian billionaire who had dinner with Joe and Hunter, wired him millions, and then left Biden off the sanctions list. But it was much bigger than that. The Biden family was brokering Russia-Chinese energy deals right under the FBI's noses.
Trump advocates for energy affordability and independence, stressing the importance of securing America's energy future amidst global uncertainties.
If America is going to dominate the world in manufacturing once again, as it did when I was running things, you remember when they used to say you can't have manufacturing jobs in our country anymore? I said, really, why? And we created hundreds of thousands of them. But we must be the most affordable energy and electricity place anywhere on the planet. We have to have affordable energy. Right now we have energy that's weak, substandard, and unaffordable. It's made by the wind. The windmills rust, they rot, they kill the birds. It's the most expensive energy there is. And we have other things that are also no good. It's called the Green New Deal. I call it the Green New Hoax. One of the reasons manufacturing jobs were flooding back into the United States when I was president was that we dramatically reduced energy costs. Sadly, crooked Joe Biden sacrificed this tremendous economic advantage on the altar of the Green New Deal, perhaps because he was bribed by Communist China or because Communist China knows all of the money that they've paid him. We have a Manchurian candidate. That's what he is. He's a Manchurian candidate. They know everything about him, and he's scared stiff. He won't do a thing. I take in hundreds of billions of dollars from China, and Joe Biden's afraid to even talk to him. Under Biden's newly proposed power plant regulations, most natural gas and coal plants will be forced to shut down. By the way, they tried that in Germany, and now they're going back and building coal plants all over the place because they've destroyed Germany. They have no energy. So Germany now is building a coal plant every 2 weeks. And China is building a coal plant every week, every single week. They're putting up a new coal plant.
Biden's identity politics come under scrutiny, with Trump mocking his purported ethnic and religious affiliations, questioning the authenticity of his public persona.
For 364 days of the year, Joe Biden goes around Washington telling everybody he's a Puerto Rican truck-driving Jewish professor who was raised in a black church. But once a year, every year, Biden taps into his roots. He's an Irishman. There's no holiday the president loves more than St. Patrick's Day. It's the one day of the year he doesn't have to pretend. He just tells folktales from the old country.
Biden's nepotism scandal deepens as allegations surface of using burner phones and aliases to conceal illicit dealings, casting a shadow over the integrity of the presidency.
Fannie charged Trump with RICO in Georgia, AOC. So if RICO's not a crime, I guess Trump's fine. But honestly, Biden flies his son around the world to cut deals, invites his son's partners to the White House, has phone calls and meetings with them, drops sanctions on them, greases regs for them, gets their kids into colleges, and he gets his entire extended family, from sons, brothers to grandkids, paid millions. Cars, cash, diamonds, expensive scotch. And he uses an alias. Joe Biden uses an alias. They use burner phones to talk. Biden's donors paid his family's back taxes. Could Don Jr. stiff the IRS and his dad's donors square it up before an election? Come on. Investigators have delivered eyewitness testimony, bank records, mountains of circumstantial evidence, plus motive, physical evidence, digital communications, photographs, voicemails.
The looming energy crisis intensifies as Biden's policies shutter power plants, leaving America vulnerable and dependent on foreign sources for its energy needs.
And we're playing games with the wind. This is terrible what's happening to our country. There is nothing to replace our energy at this time, not even close. It's very expensive and it's very weak. It doesn't have the power to power up those big plants that you see. At the same time as Biden is shutting down existing power plants, he also wants to force hundreds of millions of Americans into ultra expensive electric vehicles. They cost twice as much as what you have. And what you have is better, and it goes a lot longer. And it's a lot easier to fill up. And we have liquid gold under our feet at a level that no other country has. But they'll strain the grid to the breaking point. It already is at a breaking point. If you look at California, it's got brownouts and blackouts every single day. People can't turn on their air conditioners. And it'll drive electricity prices into the stratosphere. If Biden's policies go forward, our electricity costs will be the highest on earth. They're already very close, with shortages, blackouts, and crippling inflation.
Legal turmoil ensues in the wake of the Fani Willis scandal, with Democrats facing an ultimatum from the judiciary amidst mounting evidence of malfeasance.
The president's always felt the luck of the Irish. His whole career, he's failed up. But today wasn't his lucky day. A judge gave Democrats the sweetest ultimatum after a scandal rocked one of their biggest cases. Either DA Fani Willis steps down, jeopardizing the whole Trump case in Georgia, or lover boy Nathan Wade steps down and the case goes on. What do you think happened? Lover boy packed his bags. The Biden campaign may think this is a victory, but it's not.
Tucker Carlson sheds light on the plight of illegal immigrants, painting a grim picture of uncertainty and apprehension as they navigate the complexities of migration.
What does the majority of the country have in common with one another? Because look, if the arc of the last century's American history is super, super interesting. So you have this massive influx of immigration, the Ellis Island generation, late 18th, or 19th, early 20th century. And it's both good and bad. We only remember the good, but there was a lot of social volatility, like a lot. Like the mayor of Chicago got in his house, it was on Wall Street, like the Wobblies, the anarchists, like the foot soldiers that were immigrants, working class European immigrants. And part of the problem was there was just a lot of immigrants, and I mean, Sacco and Vanzetti, who the clerk in, is it Brockton, Mass? Anyway, it was in Mass, outside Boston. They'd been in the country for just a few years, and they immediately got sucked into radical politics. Well, why was that? Well, because they weren't kind of bought in or rooted in or hadn't been fully assimilated into American society. So then you have the First World War, and we basically shut down immigration, and we have this period of settling where, like, all Americans, let's think through our civic religion, what ties us together, and then that leads into October. Honest, rational people admit that, no matter what their previous position. But the Biden administration cannot admit that, and neither can the U.S. Congress. And so now there is, believe it or not, an effort in progress to get the U.S. government to send another $60-odd billion to the oligarchs. So another generation of men, this one probably in their 50s, can, in a point, was on the. They're not going to win, but the U.S. Congress would like to keep this conflict going anyway.
This is not something you should import from America. Please don't import the woke mind virus. It's bad. So essentially, that, to summarize maybe the woke mind virus, it consists of creating very divisive identity politics. So it actually amplifies woke virus, mind virus, in my view, amplifies racism, amplifies, frankly, and all the isms. And while claiming to do the opposite, it actually divides people and makes them sort of hate each other, and it makes people hate themselves. And it's also anti-meritocratic. It's not merit-based. So you want to have people succeed based on how hard they work and the talents, not who they are, whether they're man, woman, what race or gender, that stuff is all it's an artificial mental civil that is created. And it's not, and let me say, it's no fun. Okay, it is like woke mind virus and fun are incompatible. There's no fun in that. No joy. Woke mind virus is all about condemning people instead of celebrating people. Like when in the woke, it just doesn't celebrate. It's all about condemning and being divisive and being just, I think it's just evil, frankly.
So that's kind of more diabolical than what we've seen in previous generations, and it's much more effective in a committedly polite country like Canada, because you don't know that it's happening. And because a demagogue like that, or your completely bizarre, cross-dressing prime minister, it's true, Prime Minister Blackface, I didn't wear blackface, he did. he 3 times, thank you. 3 times, and I want to thank you for your commitment to the facts. The Prime Minister, right, the Prime Minister, there on your rights, which is on you and your children, is cloaked in the language of therapy, self-help, and compassion. You're doing this for the common good. Don't you care about the elderly? And of course, being a decent person, you care very deeply about the elderly and the weakest in your society, of course. So what you don't realize as you shuffle off to abandon another God-given right to a totalitarian government is that this is not being done on behalf of a marginalized group or the weakest among us or the elderly. They hijack the language of the gospel to crush the gospel. That's exactly what they're doing.